Hello, everyone. Guess what day it is? It is Thanksgiving Thursday. Yes, it is. It is Thanksgiving Thursday. And here we are again. Another Thursday night on the Question Live Show with, of course, yours truly, Verona Willis Brown. That is me. Yes, it is me. So we are here on another Thursday and we are good to be here. What is it that you're thankful for? Please find at least one thing to be thankful for. I am thankful that I'm here celebrating, guess what? 100 episodes! Yay! We did 100 episodes, not by myself, but with all of you out there. So it is Thanksgiving Thursday. Absolutely. So welcome to this episode. So before I go into anything, before we go into the house rules, before I go into all of that, I am going to pause for a moment because this week has been rough. You know, this week, one of my past guests passed away. One of my guests that I had on 2 times, she went on into glory. So I want to take a moment just to pause and just to put up a memorandum. So I wanted to take that moment. That was Lady Jane. She was a very, I hate to do these things, you know, one of my past guests. And like I said, I admire her. She had such a drive to achieve so much. The last time she was on here, she was talking about going back to school. Oh my goodness. She was going back to school, and I guess she was getting more than probably her 3rd degree, 2nd degree, whatever it is. She was going back to school. I was so inspired by her. I wanted to go back to school, and I don't like school like that. And I wanted to go back to school myself. But I got the news this week that she transitioned, and she left us. I was looking forward to hear a word or two and see what she was doing in school and how she was doing in school and all that good stuff. And no, this is the news I got this week. Right? So, yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, so that's how that went. So my prayers go out to the family. My prayers go out to those who have met her and all that good stuff. Lovely lady, Madam Jane. So my condolences go straight out to her as we wish the family well and we wish them comfort and hope they have lovely memories to live off this season. It always seems like holiday season is the crying season, and your emotion go up and your emotion comes down and your emotion go that way and all that way. That's how the holiday season rolls. And perfect topic for tonight is checking in. So before I do that, you know what we do. You know what we do here. Now I like to welcome you all. Welcome. I see a few familiar faces in the audience. I can't see your face, but I see your name. Paulette and Cheryl, welcome. Now, before I go, if you are watching this for the very first time, I would like to acknowledge you. So if you're watching this for the first time, please type your name right there in the comment section so I know that you are here for the first time, because guess what? First timers, they get special treat. Yes, they do. They get special treatment. They get special hellos and all that stuff. So if you are tuning in for the very first time, Come on in. Let me give you your special welcome. And of course, I said, if you are not tuning in for the first time, then welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So for those of you who've been here, you know that there are rules here, whether they're 1, 2, 3, 3.5, or 4 rules here. House rule, show rules, just rules. Whichever way you want to look at it, they're just called rules, right? So this is what we're going to do. What is the first rule? The first rule is if you are watching me right now and you are seeing that sign that says live in that corner right there, yep, in that little red rectangle, if you are seeing that word says live, you are in the live audience. Absolutely. You're in the live audience. And what do we do when we're in the live audience? We look for the share button right there and we click it and we share it. We share it because when we share it, we're inviting somebody else to come on in the live audience so they can enjoy the live show. Keyword live. So they could enjoy the live show. Live show is like getting fresh food just coming out of the oven or just coming off the stove. You want to serve fresh food. I mean, sometimes leftovers do taste good, but hey, that's beside the point. The point is share, invite someone else to come on in. Now, number 2 rule is, you know what number 2 is? Grab yourself something to drink. I do have my fancy glass. Yes, I do. I'm not leaving my fancy glass. Do have something to drink, whether it is water, wine, tea, juice, soda, or even if you want to get a popsicle, that's fine too. Yes, get it. It don't have to be in a fancy glass like mine, but if you do have a fancy glass, please pour it in there. Absolutely, pour it in there. Usually I would have me some water, but no, I am drinking my kombucha. Yes, dim. You see, I always have water in my glass because I do believe in miracles. Yes, I do. And the best miracle worker is Jesus. And Jesus turned water into wine. So every time I have my water, hey, it might just turn into wine. That's it. It might turn into wine. So no, I am not having water and I'm not having wine today. I am having my juice, my kombucha. Good for your gut health. It's very good that you have that. I am not promoting the brand and all that stuff. I'm just promoting good health. Health is good for you. Your good health, you need your good health, okay? Yes. And you thought my water turned into wine? Girl, my water did turn into wine sometime, but it's not going to turn into wine today. No, it did turn into wine. Listen, it did. As a matter of fact, I could see the wine bottle. Yes, something did happen in my glass. Absolutely. So that's that. Now the next rule is, what is the next rule? The next rule is grab yourself something to write with. Yes, grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen, a pencil, a marker, a crayon, whatever it is, maybe a feather and some paint. Dip that feather into that paint and write. Why would I tell you to write something? Because here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets. And I would encourage you to write them down, because the more you write things down, is the clearer it is. Why? It is releasing the thoughts out of your head, and then they become reality. So write them down. I don't know what is it you're going to use. But guess what? If you don't have any such thing as a pen, a pencil, marker, feather, all that stuff, use your devices. Absolutely. Each one of you have a device because, of course, that's why you're watching me. You're seeing me on a device. Now, use your device because inside of your device, there's a section that says notepad. Now, if you see a section that says notepad, write in there. Now, if you don't want to find that notepad section, or if you can't find the notepad section, guess what? Text yourself. Yes, go into your phone, go into the texting section and text yourself one of the golden nuggets that we drop here. So with that said, that's like 3.5, 4 rules, maybe 4.5, whatever it is. Just go with the rules, as we're here. It's because of you and your rules and my rules, and you obey the rules. We are here still in the 100th episode. Come on. Now, here we go. After all of that is said and done, you need to go to the bathroom. Please go now. It might be that way or it might be that way. Wherever your bathroom is located, go. Go now. And when you go, come back right here because your seat will be reserved waiting for you. Yes, it will. Just like the seat of life. The seat of life got your name on it. Your name is stamped on it. And because your name is stamped on it, absolutely no one can take it. No one can sit in it because it's yours. So now, if you don't need to use the bathroom, then by all means, sit right here and let us go into tonight's show. So if you don't need to use the bathroom, you have your drink, because I'm going to sip mine. Yes, and you can sip yours on behalf of me, of course, because I'll be doing all of the talking. Nobody's talking with me. So sip for me. Drinking is good for you. Drinking is good for you. Absolutely. Now, if you did all of that and we're good. Now type right there. Yep, you see right there? It says come in. Type in right there to let me know that you are ready, because if you are ready, then I am ready. Then guess what's gonna happen? We are ready for tonight's episode. It is the 100th episode. Come on, let me know that you are ready. Let me know that you share. Let me know that you got your drink. Let me know that you got your writing tools, and let us roll right on in. We don't have all that, because before we go into all of that, guess what happened? Ooh, somebody's sipping something over there. Paula is sipping some raspberry tea. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Sip on. If you're not sipping, you're missing. Don't be missing out. Sip on in there. Sip. Yes, sip. Because this is 100th episode. Hey, I should have something stronger tonight because it's the 100th episode. But guess what? Strong drink. It might just come in later. You never know. Thank you. Yes, 100th episode. Can you believe this? This is beautiful. Oh, my good Lord. Well, before I go into anything, listen, if y'all think 100 episode is easy, no. Oh, Jesus, it is not easy. It is never easy. Now, you think about 100. Imagine $100. Imagine somebody being 100. Imagine 100 episodes of something. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to show up here every single time. It takes a lot to show up every Thursday. It takes a lot to make it past the first episode. Oh, my goodness. Yes, it did. It took a lot to pass that one episode. Now I'm in 100. It's because of you why we made it to 100 episode. The moment I started this whole thing, it was just to encourage someone. So let me give you a little backstory. It was to encourage someone. And then someone turned into more people and more people and more people. And then I get to deposit and encourage and inspire more people. And then I had guests, and guests kept coming on, and I get to pour into them and watch them grow and all that good stuff. So it's because of you showing up, and because of I showing up sometimes scared. Hey, scared. Wow, we made it to 100 episode. So 100 episode is a big milestone. God favored me. Mm, yes. It's a big milestone. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I usually say thank you at the end, but I want to take this moment to thank you. I want to take this moment to raise my glass to every one of you, whether you came in, whether you were the first person, or whether you came in last week, or whether you're watching this for the first time. I really want to thank you truly for allowing this platform to make it to 100 episode. During that 100 episode, I get to talk to so many people across the globe. Right now, you're only seeing me, but usually, if you've been here, you see that sometimes I have guests coming in, and they came in from different part of the world. I travel virtually across. I mean, naturally too, but I travel virtually on this platform across the globe, as far as the UK, and I went to Africa and Germany and Netherlands, and I went all over traveling. And it was beautiful just to have that relationship with so many different people, just watching them breaking out of their shell, just watching them just transform, just watching them saying that they're scared, just watching them saying that they're nervous, just watching them saying that I can't do this. And just watching me saying, you can, because together we can do so many things. Together we can just pour in each other and just watch each other just grow. We cannot grow by ourselves. And I oftentimes says is that we cannot succeed by ourselves. It takes more than one of us to succeed. Success starts with SU, but if you turn it around, it's us. So we need each other to succeed in this life, on this journey called life. So when I watch throughout the episode to today, which is 100 episode, my heart is full. Like it's just so filled with humility and gratitude of the amount of people that I get to meet, the amount of friendship that I still hold dear to my heart. And I'm looking forward for the next 100 episode to see more friendship develop and more bond creating. Audience already know who is who, and you see that they're greeting each other. So yes, we get to meet different people. You might not get to meet each other in person, but that's beside the point. We get to meet people here. This is a family. This is family. I don't like the word fan, so I never said that someone is a fan of me, or I don't like to be a fan of somebody. I like family because family, we're here. And we can be here, but we're still here. Family stands. And no matter what you do, you define your family. Family given to you, but there's something called loyalty. And loyalty is how you show up. Family can break away, but when it comes to loyalty, we should stand together because it's loyalty that causes us to be family. Loyalty. When we have bloodline, yeah, that's a whole different story. But when we have loyalty, we are strong as family. And I consider you when you show up here as family. I consider all of those who've been here as my family. So this is very this today is such a milestone. And like I said, I want to go in before I go into anything, I want to show the very first episode I did. Now, who is that? No, no, really? Hey, who is that? So that picture that came on the screen just now was the very first episode. That was me in the very first episode 2 years ago. So not only that is my 100 episode, it is my 2 years anniversary. So I think whoever is not drinking, I think I need to get you a drink right now. Get your drink. 2 years anniversary, 100 episode. That's double, 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 double blessing, double fold, double blessing, double everything. I believe in double, double, double. So with that said, let me stop talking. Get your drink, y'all. Y'all, please get your drink. Get your drink. Let's do this. Now we're going to talk about check-in. And then you might be wondering why I say checking in. You must be wondering why would I talk about check-in? Check-in, when we hear check-in, we are talking about you're checking in the hospital, you're checking on a flight, you're checking in something, but we're not talking about you're checking your flight, you're not talking about you're checking anything. We are talking about you're checking in your mental state of mind. We're talking about your emotional state of mind. We're talking about you're checking in through what you're going through. When we go in and we stop and check in, because every single Thursday that I show up here, I have to check my mental state of mind. Every Thursday that I show up here, I have to check my emotional state of mind when I show up here. So getting through 100 episodes for 2 years, it is not that easy as it looks. I try to let it's not that easy. I have to put my mental state of mind into a place to show up every single time to serve you. So when I serve you, I'm serving you with humility, and I'm serving you with my mental state of mind stabilized. I have to stabilize my mental state of mind. And mental, when we think about mental, sometimes we put such a stigma on mental. When we're talking about mental health, when we talk about your mentality, when we're talking about mental, the first thing we're thinking about something is crazy. We're thinking about it in such a negative way. But let me inform you on mental. When we talk about mental, we're talking about your mental health. We're talking about you are coming in and you are checking in to see that you are stabilized in your mental state of mind, that you are at a place of stability. So many times we are going through things and we hide what we are going through. A couple days ago, someone sent me a message to say to me, "Hi sis, I'm just checking to see how you're doing. I know you are busy, but how are you doing?" See, that is a question that is very, very raw. It's a raw question. And if you are watching episodes before, I normally would ask my guests, how are you doing truthfully? And that is it. That when we are going and when we are checking in with ourselves, that is the question we should ask ourselves. Stand in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, and ask, Sharon, how are you doing truthfully? Cheryl, how are you doing truthfully? Paulette, how are you doing truthfully? Georgia, how are you doing truthfully? Ask yourself the question. You know, I used to hear people say it's not good to talk to yourself, but let me tell you, it is good to talk to yourself. Because when you encourage yourself, it's something called self-encouragement, self-confirmation, self-determination, anything with self in front of it. It is important. So talk to yourself. It is self-development. So when you develop yourself, is where you look at yourself and you evaluate your state of mind. When you check in with yourself, is when you look in the mirror. We go and we stop and we look in the mirror and we checking in with ourselves. I'm not feeling well today in my mind. I'm feeling sad. These are things that you have to pinpoint. They are emotional state of mind. So you're checking in with your emotions. What are your emotions? Your emotions are your feelings. You're feeling sad. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling angry. You're feeling depressed. You're feeling anxious. You're feeling happy. Whatever it is that you are feeling, it is okay for you to feel it. Because that's you going in and checking in that you're supposed to be feeling something. If you're not feeling something, then what happened? You're dead. You're totally dead. So that pushed me to a place where I said, there's something called depression. And depression kind of like mixed in where they talk about mental health. So it kind of like tangled in there. But how many of you know that depression can be functional? You have people who are walking around functional, but they're depressed. Absolutely. They're depressed. Because when you are depressed, you can function. You use one set of emotion and you function. You could be going to your job every day, depressed, and you're functioning on your job. You're at home as a single parent or as a married couple and you're depressed, but you're functioning. You're a student, you're going to school, you're functioning, but you're depressed. I am not a medical doctor, but I know enough to let you know depression can be functional. I am not a medical doctor, but I know depression is real. I am not a medical doctor, but I've been in a field long enough, I've experienced enough to know that depression is real. How do you know that you're depressed? The stress of life starts weighing you down. Your mind starts to be overwhelmed. You started to cry. You started to feel sad. You started to feel angry. You started to contribute to what's going on around you. You started to attract the negativity that's bouncing on the wall, that's bouncing on social media, that bouncing on the news, that bouncing everywhere. You started to attract that. And when you started to attract that, you start sucking like a sponge. You're taking in like a sponge. And what happened? The stress of it started to grow. It grows and it expands into your heart. It expands into your mind. And then what is it called? It is called stress. Where does stress roll? Stress roll and it depresses you. There are a couple words: stress, oppress, depress. They're all in the same bucket. They all started from somewhere. They all started with the volume of something. You start taking in something. See, energy goes where you feed it, and energy grows where energy goes. Then you don't want to talk about how you're feeling. It is good to speak up. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. And many a time, the press sits and they convince themselves. You see, I mentioned before that it is good to speak to yourself. But what happened when you start convincing yourself that you are the only person going through something, you are the only person that can understand what you're going through. You are the only person going through what you're going through. You are the only person out there. You are by yourself. Yeah. Speaking to yourself comes on two sides. It comes in two sides. Not absolutely want to drop in another one. Not wanting to do the things that you once enjoy. You enjoy talking, you enjoy traveling, you enjoy going to the movies, you enjoy going to the theater, you enjoy being with your friends, you enjoy being with your family. But then guess what happened? I don't want to do that. Because now you start using something negative. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to this. Not saying that you don't have to set boundaries. Yes, you can set boundaries, but your enjoyment, what is that you enjoy doing? Then you start feeling, you start shrinking away from that. And what is it? You start saying, oh, I just want to just lay in my bed and I just want to just go to sleep. I just want to be here. I just want to be by myself. Why would you want to be by yourself? Because you already convinced yourself that you want to be by yourself. You already convince yourself that you are alone. Now, when we do this, when we convince ourselves that we are alone, exactly what will happen? The stress of life will overtake us and it oppresses us. And then depression kicks in. It kicks right in. And when it depresses you, every single thing from the first ounce of stress, it started to get bigger and bigger, and then you can't manage it. But then you're functioning. You see, we go to a place, we're just functioning, and we're functioning, being depressed. Days that you want to laugh, but you're crying, or days that you want to cry, but you're laughing. It is not every laugh and every smile that is saying, I'm okay. Check in with yourself. Not every smile signifies that that person is okay. Check in with your good friends. Not every smile saying that I'm okay. Check in with your good family. Check in with your good neighbors. Check in with your good pastor. Check in with your good associates. Check in. Yeah, the winter season and holiday seasons for some reason bring on these feelings. Absolutely, because for some apparent reason, I think I mentioned this before, for some apparent reason, death is every day. Death is every day, but somehow that kind of sneak up. I don't know, maybe it's my view, maybe it's me seeing this, that somehow when it's getting close to a holiday season, it's like the amount of death kind of increase. Maybe it's just my observation. I don't know what is your observation. Maybe it's just my observation that when it's coming on to the holiday season, for one, it is cold. So you just like, I don't want to do nothing. And then somehow that kind of like sneak in there and the amount of death kind of increase. My observation again, maybe that's not how it is, but from my view, from my eyes, that's what I'm seeing. It's like from last week, or from, no, not even last week, maybe from winter start, because winter starts sometime back, a couple months back. It's like the death from November, maybe. I see death like this, like every single day. I think I see like more than 4 deaths, whether it's in the news or not, just pop right up. From last week to the time I announced, for the time I put up that one of my pastors passed away, I think there were like 4 deaths before hers. And I'm like, wait a minute now. See, things like that, it does mess up your mental state of mind. So again, check in with yourself. Check in with yourself. When I got the news of when my guest passed away, I had to pause. I had to pull back. I had to check in with myself. I mean, usually that hit me, but I don't know. Hers kind of like took me aback, and I had to check myself. I had to check my mental state of mind. I had to check my emotion. I had to put myself on brakes, like, break, girl, break. And my emotional state of mind went into a little ring-a-rosy moment. And I'm like, ooh, how did this kind of like shake me out of my moment? But prior to hers, I got probably 3 death news prior to hers. And I'm like, all right, we gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, girl. I gotta do this. So I have to keep on talking to myself. I have to convince myself that I could do this. I could get over that hump. And that's what I would like to encourage you to do. Convince yourself you're going to get over the hump. So yeah, depression. But one thing, when all those news hit me, I was like, depression will not live here. Oh no. Depression, the door is right there. You go on back over there. No, I will not entertain depression. Yeah, absolutely. That is what, yes, Georgia said it. And a lot lost their job in the holiday as well. Bring on depression. Now, I never understand this part. Why would you even try to let somebody go off their job in the holiday? That, that is hurtful. Absolutely. That is hurtful right there. So a lot of things, a lot of contribution, a lot contributes to depression. Yes, a lot contribute to depression. No, Georgia is not my pastor. It's one of my guests that I had on. One of my guests that I had on passed away, but I had more news prior to hers. So there are a lot of things that add on to depression. But I would like to encourage you that when you are feeling depressed, it did not just jump on you. It start creeping up. It start knocking at your door. It start knocking on your window. It start sitting right there like, hello, I am coming to your house. It's coming. Start coming to your house. So I would like to encourage you that when you know that depression is coming, because guess what? We all are aware. What are we aware of? Ourselves. What are we aware of? Our feelings. What are we aware of? Our mental state of mind. So we are all aware of who we are. So we know when things are shifting gear, depression sneak on in, you should know when to say, no, not today. No, 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 no. Out the door. Do not entertain depression. Like I mentioned, you can be functional depressed. I'm not a medical doctor, but I know this for fact that you can be functional depressed. Now, let me throw in a few things right here for functional depression. Do not quote me as a medical doctor. I will speak on these things on my own terms. I will speak on these things as I see it, I call it, and I know it. Functional depression. People who sit and they do normal things. They do normal things, but deep inside, there's a war. Deep inside of their heart and their mind, there's a war. And it's very important that we acknowledge that war. Okay, before we go any further, condolences to our Sharon Hunter, whose father passed away. There we go. And there we go. Sharon, we send our condolences to you. We send our condolences to you and your family as we pray for strength and comfort to you. Told you. There we go. Death just got a way to steal our loved ones, I tell you. But life well spent. Let us live our life. Let us live our life. Let us live our life accordingly. Let us live our life to say, if that knock at our door, we are good to go. So, as I was saying, functional depression are people who have things inside of them that don't acknowledge that it's there, don't acknowledge that it's a war. It is a war inside. It is a war inside our mind. Because our heart really don't have much to harbor all these things. It's in our mind. right? It is in our mind. And when we have all these things in our mind, they play around like the soccer game. Okay? They run around like the soccer game. It's in our mind. Depression does not have a specific look. The happiest people are fighting depression. My point, exactly. Exactly. Those are called functional depressed. They're functional depression. Because you could be happy-go-lucky. And guess what happened? You're depressed. Because there's something called imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is saying that you are pretending to be this when you're that. Imposter syndrome said, hey, I could be, hey, but I am this. Imposter syndrome simply means I am putting on a mask. I'm covering up what is it that I'm going through because I don't want to be judged by others. Imposter syndrome is saying that, hey, I will not let you know what I am going through. Your voice matters. Audience, your voice matters. And I would encourage everyone to have at least one person, one accountability partner. Whoever your accountability partner is, make it work. One accountability partner can help at least one person with depression. One accountability partner don't simply mean that you got to check in to see every move that that person make. Oh, where are you? What are you doing? What time is it? You need to no. Accountability partners stand in the gap. Accountability partners stand right there, and they work with you. They listen to you. Hey, let me go on. Don't just call me when you just want to just no. Accountability partners simply mean I am here for you and you're there for me. Your accountability partner could be your partner, your lifetime partner, your husband, your wife, whoever. A girlfriend can be accountability partner. Whoever you choose to be your accountability partner, don't just call them occasionally because that's not accountability. Accountability simply means I am calling you on occasions where I need you or you need me. We need each other. Have an accountability partner. Have someone that you can confide in, that you can share with. You think sometimes that when we share with a person, that person can share our tears and share our heart. When we have that person, believe me, it makes life a little bit better. It makes life a little bit better. Someone want to call you, they cry to you. But you know what will happen to that person? They release that. Instead of them having it in their head, going, oh my God, all these thoughts in my head, all these voices in my head, going, pumping in my head. But once they have their accountability partner, they call, hello, okay, can I meet you? Okay, you can't meet them in person, but they can talk to you on the phone. Text it out, call it, just say what you're going through. And believe me, it is a release and you feel better. Well, you might call me and you might feel better. And I'm like, yes, I know I need an accountability partner as well. So it's like a chain reaction that we find someone that we can pour into or they can pour into us. Just the way I pour into you, you pour back. And we go back and forth and we support each other. You hear I talk about this for the past 99 episode. Because today is 100. For the past 99 episodes, I talk about how we support each other. How is it important that we support each other? And supporting does not mean that you have to purchase a merchandise from what I am selling or the next person is selling. Support simply means you're standing right there and saying, I will listen to you. Support is saying that, hey, just text me if you want to talk. Hey, you want to go grab a cup of coffee? Or better yet, you want to have a drink? Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a fancy glass like me. Oh, hey, do you know someone who can make me a fancy glass like yours? Yes, I do. My girlfriend. right? So you have someone, and that's what support simple mean. Support don't mean I am showing you like, hey, you have to buy something. No, you're pouring into somebody. And what happened? I've mentioned this over and over for the past 99 episodes. What happened when you support each other? You grow. You grow. You grow. And then you grow into your authentic self. Because when we have, I just mentioned imposter syndrome, we are not authentic. Nope. Absolutely not. We are not authentic. We are not being our real self. I like real. Give me the real talk, honey, because we be good. But what happened? We fail because we don't want to be judged. We don't want to be criticized. We don't want others' opinion. But let me inform you that others' opinion does not define you. Others' opinion of you is void. Not. I said, if we stand in front of the mirror and we talk to ourselves, that is the opinion that will define who we are. If you stand in front of the mirror and you see a flaw like my pimple right here, you see that? It's my pimple. It is not yours. But if you want to look and say, oh, why do you have a pimple? Because it's mine and I will find a way to get rid of it. No, I said it's pimple because I'm using my pimple. Yep, it's right there. Whatever your flaws are, your faults are, your failures, accept them. They're yours. And then you work them out. We don't want to accept our flaws. We don't want to accept our failures and our faults. Work them out. Work them out. Another thing to go over this depression and all the voices in your head, forgiveness. Forgiveness. I mentioned this over and over. Forgiveness is the key to everything. Everything. It is the key to your future. It is the key to unlocking the door to our destiny. It is the key to live peacefully. It is the key to be grateful. It is the key to be humble. Forgiveness is the key. It is the key. Listen, if God did not forgive us, Lord knows we would not be here. We would not be here. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key. So many times we go through life and we go through all different sort of circumstances and all sort of situation hit us left and right and left and right. Now what happened? It hurt, but we gotta get over it because don't we hurt God? Yeah. So, Paulette, you got a question? Oh, the show is called The Question. So if you're listening and you do have a question, please put it in that section right there. That Paulette just put hers in the comment section. It is called The Question Live Show. So if you have a question, comments, drop it right there. Paulette asks a question. Can you be a support system but sometimes feel as if you are not strong to give the support? How does one handle that situation? Okay, the question is, can you be a support system but sometimes feel that you have to know your strength? And sometimes you have to pull away. Because when you are doing that and you feel like you are not strong enough, always know that you are strong enough. Maybe for yourself first. Because you're a support system for someone, but you want to make sure that you are strong enough for you first, Paulette. You have to know that I am strong enough for me. Because it's when you're strong enough and you're fully strengthened, then you can share from the overflow of strength. Then you can say, I am going to serve from the amount of strength that I have. But if you feel like you are not strong enough, then absolutely not. You are not strong enough. Absolutely not. So it's to work a little bit on that inner strength, because it's your inner strength comes out on your physical strength, but your inner strength from your mind is important. So how do you handle that? You stop and you set boundaries. Set boundaries. Because when you set up boundaries, you know how to handle things in bits and pieces. Because when you take everything on, you get overwhelmed. Then of course, because you're already saying that you don't think you're strong enough, you already said that you don't have that, then you are going to crumble. So for you to hold on to the strength that you have, you got to go again. Topic tonight, check in. Check in with yourself. Check in with your mental state of mind. You cannot support someone, or you cannot give someone something that you don't have. How can I give you support if I don't support myself? How can I give you love if I don't love myself? How can I share peace with you if I'm not peaceful with myself? So how can I be peaceful to you? How can I judge you when I'm sitting there judging myself? You have to come back where I go back again, where you have to check in with yourself, your mental state of mind of where you stand. The place that you stand defines what you are going to share. Hi, Julia. Thank you. You have to know what is it that you have. Because you can only serve from your overflow. You cannot serve only from your little bit that you have. It's like me having this glass. I might not want to share the little bit that I have in my glass. But if the bottom of my glass, if I put a saucer on my glass, underneath my glass, and I pour in this glass and it starts flowing over, hey, I am going to serve it from that overflow. Check in with yourself to make sure that you are good enough. Otherwise, you're not good enough if you don't feel that you're good enough. Someone once said you can't pour from an empty cup. Absolutely. How can you do that? Now, you might not be seeing the amount of drink that I have in here, but if you look here, it looks very empty. Can you serve from an empty cup? No. What is it that you are sharing? What is it that you're serving from an empty cup? You're only serving air, emptiness. So if you're empty inside, and I'm going to give you emptiness, because if I'm empty inside, I'm giving you emptiness. If I have love inside, I'm going to give you love. If I have peace inside, I'm going to give you peace. If I have strength inside, I'm going to give you strength. So I will stand as a strong supporter because I am strong. I already check in with myself. If I don't feel like I am strong enough, then hey, honey, I'm putting up that gate. Put up your gate. Your mind is yours. Put up that gate. Blinder. Like, hey, put up that blinder. Put up that leg. Put that up. Put up that shade. Pull down that shade. Like, nope. Let me check in with myself first. Then I'll get back to you. Girl, you got this. Just give him a word. Give him a word. You got this. You got this. But when you start overflowing, then you over deliver, then you over pouring, then you just over love, and you just give them, and you over serve and all that stuff. Like, yeah, girl, all right, I'm just checking in with you, but I can't give you all that I don't have. What you have is what you're going to serve with. So that's how we are going to handle a situation like that. Border, set up that boundary. Set boundaries. Set boundary. At the end of the day, you are you. Whether you are married or not, at the end of the day, you are you. I like to tell people this, that even if you're married, you are an individual. If you're not married, you're still an individual, right? So whether you're married or not, you are an individual. You are accountable for yourself first. Then you have an accountability partner. But you have to be accountable for yourself first. Then you can be accountable for somebody. How can you be accountable for somebody if you're not accountable for yourself? No such thing. Be accountable for yourself. So that is where we are going to check in with ourselves first. Then check in with your good family members and your good friends. Now, I check in with you, I check in with me, and we check in with each other, and we are good. I hope we are good. If you're not good, type in the comment section that you're not good. Honestly. So I'll just ask this question as we pause tonight's episode. How are you? Each one of you that's right here, right now. How are you doing? Truthfully, type in your answer right there in the comment section as we pause on tonight's episode. So while you're typing your question, let me remind you that this coming Saturday, we will be having an online celebration of 100th episode and 2 years anniversary. Double, double, double. Double celebration is coming up this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would like to see you. Yes, you. I would like to see you there. And so we can celebrate together. It's because of you while I'm here for 2 years, and it's because of you while I am celebrating 100 episodes. Absolutely. And you never know. Look, you see that says free? Is that free? Check that website out, because I was going to save it. But if you missed that announcement, you missed it. I was going to save that for you for Saturday. For those who are coming Saturday, you will see that again. Free is free. I do have free. I like free. Free 99, free 0.00. So anyway, type in your answer, how you're doing truthfully out there, you out there in YouTube land, Facebook land. If you are going to be watching this episode, or if you're watching this episode and you don't see the word live, simply mean you'll be watching the replay. Hashtag replay and type in again your answer to the question I just asked you. How are you doing? Truthfully. Are you fully? Yeah, truthfully. How are you doing? And I just want to take this moment just to appreciate each and every one of you as we pause tonight's episode. I appreciate each and every one of you for the support of showing up here on Thursday. You could have been otherwise minded, but hey, you're here, and I don't take that for granted. I appreciate every one of you who contribute to this platform one way or the other. I don't take that for granted. I take each moment that I see you, whether you show up weekly, whether you show up on replay, whether you like the comment, whether you greet each other, whatever it is that you contribute to. I appreciate every one of you individually as well as collectively. I appreciate you. It takes much for us to reach 100. I don't think I have a family member that made it to 100. And it is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that I can say 100. Yay! So listen, check in with yourself. Check in with those who you think are good. Because when you check in, it is a form of support. Oh, Paulette put in her answer. I am doing good. I'm learning to take care of me before I take care of anyone else. Yes, if I am not okay, I can't be okay for anyone. I come first, period. Point blank, period. So I want to say thank you again, Paulette, Georgia, Julia, Sharon, Cheryl. I want to thank you all for coming to this 100 episode. So, of course, like I mentioned, Saturday is the day. Come on, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let us have a grand time. You'll see much more will be happening Saturday. And we're just going to have a blast Saturday. You never know what's going to happen. Hey, I might have a surprise for you, but you never know what it is. If you did not RSVP yet, please do so. Send me a message. Let me know that you are coming so I can make room for you. Hey, you never know, I might have a glass waiting for you. So please RSVP tonight, tomorrow. Only 2 more days, 1.5 day to go. I want to take this moment as well to thank Total Entertainment Radio, who air our episodes on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at www.totalentertainmentradio.com. Every Wednesday, the episode is aired over there. So again, another contribution, another support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Now, as we pause, I like to say, don't forget, if you didn't share yet, press share, and don't forget to type in your comment. If you did not subscribe to the YouTube channel, go over to that corner. There is a little thing right there. It says subscribe, and then there's a little thing that says it's a bell notification. Click it. So when you click that notification bell, it is saying that I am live. You will be the first one to know that I am live because ding, 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 it is a bell ringing. So I want to say thank you. With that said, I pause and say, listen, we are rolling into the holiday season. Whatever you celebrate, whatever holiday you celebrate, don't forget that you must celebrate yourself first. Holidays are secondary. You stop and check in with yourself and celebrate as we roll into the holiday season. Be safe, enjoy your family, but most of all, yourself come first. Check in with yourself. Have yourself a good night, a good morning, a good day. Hey, just have yourself a good life. A good life is what it is. See you. Hope to see you on Saturday. See you Saturday. Otherwise, guess what? I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Have yourself a good night.